really sad. What's it been like integrating Tchik into this team? Obviously, you had quite a comfortable thing going with Snapdragon and everything on there. What's the transition been like? Because yeah, they play similar, but yes, they don't at the same time. What's it been like bringing him in?
Yeah, it's been a really fun transition. Obviously, there were some growing pains when we first brought him in because you never know how. I mean, I myself, I think I've spoken to Seb maybe once or twice prior to him joining the team. So you never know how he wants to play. You never even know how well he can speak English, how quickly he can pick up the terms that we use in the game. But we clicked pretty fast. But then it was just about ironing out what game plans we want to put into place, and that took a little bit of time. Quadrant definitely hit the ground running with their new roster, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Seb is incredibly vocal. So what we lost in Mike, we gained similarly with Seb, and then we also gained a lot more communication, which has kind of taken the onus off of Jim a little bit. Allows him to focus on his own gameplay, which, as you've seen in that last grand final and the reset, it's helping us all around. So yeah, we're pretty happy with Seb.
It's quite interesting you say that in terms of the language barrier, because could you imagine him around me with my terminology in English? It'll be...
Hey, I can't understand
I
mean,
I don't really understood you this card.
I don't know what he would say.
He probably wouldn't say anything. He'll be like, what's this bloke on about? Well, what I wanted to say, I want to ask you some of the major changes we witnessed from the upper bracket final going into the grand finals. Now, obviously, there must have been something in particular which just switched on for you guys. It seemed a bit odd how you guys were coordinating not as well as you should be. I kind of felt like the synergy was there, but you guys were just not really on the same wavelength. The spawn cycles were a bit out of place. What changed? What was the 2 or 3 biggest changes you noticed from the upper bracket final going to the grand final, making such a huge leap? Because we saw players like Jimbo going from average to slaying out of his skull. We saw Mighty making some godlike rotations, and of course Tchik and Whittam to support him really well. But is there maybe 2 or 3 big changes you witnessed which kind of solidified that grand final victory?
Yeah, we don't really like winning from winners bracket, so we lost on purpose. And then no, well, I would say the biggest changes I saw. I mean, obviously, the ideal is you win from winners, and then you make it easy. You get an early dinner, and then you're able to go to bed at a reasonable time. But the big differences I saw were, and we spoke about this, mainly trust in the calls. If everyone has an idea of how things are going to go, and they're all different ideas, then it's very difficult to assert your will on the map. The other thing we really worked on was staying alive. Quadrant are so aggressive, but the way they play is actually taking 1v1s. They back their individual skill, which is great when you take the 1v1s. But if you deny them those 1v1s and they're not able to trade, they are less effective. So we kind of spoke about that. Also, the game types in the winners finals were not great. We're going to be working on those for Arlington, but yeah, definitely suited us a little bit more in the grand finals. So got a little bit squeaky. We kind of let ourselves down, I think, on the recharge strongholds. We definitely have performed better than that on that game type in the past against them. But the game 5 ice, you can't buy that, boys. You can't buy game 5 ice.
It's in the vein, mate. You know me. Nah, choose your thoughts, because I find it very interesting, especially from your perspective, being the coach of Foe, and I love to see your insight, because you are their 5th player at the end of the day. You're the one who's strutting your stuff, doing the research, the preparation, the timings, everything included. So, and you're going to be the person to really dig out these exploits and weaknesses. But Hop, have you got another question?
I mean, at this moment in time, there's not too much. What's going through my mind is when's my McDonald's going to arrive? But I mean, at the end of the day, how you guys have proved yourselves as rightfully so that number 1 seed in Europe, and there was obviously, I think, a lot of people kind of doubted, and not rightly so, but doubted your ability in dethroning Quadrant due to how dominant they've been for so long. But the question now is, going into Arlington, where do you see yourself guys placing? Where do you see you guys stacking up against the powerhouses which are over in NA?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's definitely a good question. I said to the boys, last thing I said before I joined the Discord to then, come on the stream was, if we play, 5% as well as we did just then in Arlington, like we'll place really, really well. The goal is to be challenging for grand finals by the end of the year, where obviously the big money is, Halo World Championships. You want to be in with a shot of coming home with a ring. And if we're not aiming for that ultimately, then what's the point in doing this? But as a first event as a team, it's probably unrealistic to expect that. I would say at least top 6 minimum. Some of the North American rosters right now seem a little bit susceptible, but the individual talent in North America and their quality of practice is just far superior to Europeans. So yeah, we're going to be aiming for top 6 minimum, and then hopefully, we can allow our quality of practice and, allow the reps against the North American teams that we get in the tournament in Arlington in pool play to carry us through the bracket play and maybe push top 4. We'll see.
Is there a potential boot camp? Getting over.
We got invited. We got invited to a boot camp. Sadly, because of the lack of organizations we're able to talk to at this moment in time, it's probably unlikely we're going to be able to boot camp before Arlington. I think, like Sika said on Outcasted's podcast the other day, it's nice to boot camp before every event if you can, but early on in the year, boot camps are less valuable than later on in the year, which is very, very true. Because if you're behind the game later on in the year, which is where the majority of the money is, that can be really detrimental to your long-term success and the amount of money you're bringing in for your own pockets as well as your potential orgs. So we'll be looking to boot camp maybe a little bit later on, maybe not before London, but hopefully we'll have organizational backing before then to accept all the invites we get to these boot camps. But yeah,
come on, now just sign this squad. Come on,
we're going in raw, boys. We're going in raw.
What more proof do you need? They're just on the major qualifier and the other 2 tournaments before that. Come on, it's taking the mickey a little bit. Sign them up already.
I'm a little bit upset because I think we were supposed to be first seed today, and Face It and EE or whoever it was decided we'd be second seed. Not sure why that was, but it doesn't matter.
Like I said, I'm just a caster here. I'm just
don't drag
shouting my mouth down the microphones.
Okay?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. We don't take it personally, We don't take it personally. It's fine.
Well, I suppose you are technically guaranteed number 1 seed anyway, but it's all good. But honestly, 100%. I'm extremely happy for you and the rest of the squads who now go into number 1 seed. And the only thing I want to ask is, Jimbo's slaying potential from the upper bracket final to grand finals was just a monumental difference in comparison. All I want to ask is, what did he have before that grand final? Was it Weetabix, Frosties, Cocoa Pops, maybe dabbled in some Special K?
Beans on toast.
Is Harry's special potion. I can't tell you that. That's why I'm the coach. Okay.
Don't clip that and take it out of context.
No, I think he promised himself a Pizza Hut. I believe I was watching his stream before I hopped on Discord, so I think he promised himself a Pizza Hut, but he said it depends how well I play. So obviously he was playing for his pizza today.
So if he lost, you would have got a Tops pizza instead.
Yeah, maybe like a pizza go-go or something. Sorry, I've got a special guest here, lads. Give me a second.
Oh, go
on. It's the faux mascot. It's the boy. He was screaming to come in this whole time, and throughout the whole grand finals actually. But I was locked in. I couldn't let him in. But here he is.
What a cutie.
He's very happy we secured first seed.
I can tell from his face he's extremely delighted.
Yeah, he doesn't look too happy right now, does he? It's all right.
Well, to be fair, what cats are happy? Let's put it that way.
That's a good point.
Anyways,
cats are better though.
Harold, fantastic stuff. You're going as number 1 seed. Congratulations. I'm sure you guys are going to absolutely smash it in Arlington and do us proud. Make sure to get the best placement possible. If you don't get first, don't come back, but that's fine. We'll let you off if you get like a top 3 finish or something.
Yeah, I hear that, lads. Good job today, both of you, and of course, obviously all the team putting the stream together. Appreciate you guys putting on for European Halo. And any orgs out there, bang my line, all right? hello@wonderboy.gg is the email. Please lock these boys down to contracts before we get poached again. It's going to happen again, probably.
It's going to happen again.
Yes, listen to young man. Pick them up now. They're still available, and I don't know how many times we have to say it on Twitter and God knows what else, but please just pick them
visit
up,
Wonderboy's Twitter.
And if you're an org, check your LinkedIn, because I've been messaging your CEOs, your talent managers, everyone. I've been messaging them, and no one's replied. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, it's unbelievable. But we have to let you go, Harold. We need to close the show, but thank you so much for being here for the interview, and we'll catch you very soon, hopefully.
Cheers, lads. See you next time.